In today's lesson, I will be teaching you multiplication and division of algebraic fractions. So if you are new to this channel, you are most welcome, and on this channel I teach mathematics, science, biology, and also revise past examination papers. And if what I'm doing on this channel is what you're interested in, please consider hitting the red subscribe button and also turn on the notification so that YouTube notifies you whenever I upload a new video. All right, so without wasting much of your time, guys, let's go into the lesson by looking at the first example of this lesson. So the first example says simplify the following algebraic fraction. So guys, you must understand what to simplify is. It is to make something simple. So if you want to understand what these terms means, I already did the first video, and you can click on the link appearing here to understand on the introduction to algebra. So let's go to our first example, which says x plus y over 3x minus 3y times 2x minus 2y over 5x plus 5y. Then b, we have 6p power 3 divided by 7qr divided by 12p over 21q power 2. Then c, x plus y over 2x minus y divided by 2x plus 2y over 4x minus 2y. So let's look at how we can simplify these, and I can assure you by the end of this lesson, if you watch it up to the end, you will reach at the point where you'll be able to go out and answer such questions on your own. So let's start with the first one here. So we'll say equals, so we are going to copy this expression as it is by saying x plus y divided by 3x minus y here. So before we do that, guys, actually we need to factorize this expression here, the denominator here, by looking at what the common factor is on these two terms here. So you can check on 3x and 3y that 3 is common, so 3 is a common factor. So we'll factor it out by putting 3 here. Once we put 3 here, you notice that here now we have x, which is not common, and y, which is not common. So you factor out what is common, then you remain with what is not common in the brackets. Then you say times here, this times you put it back there. Then also when you look at this expression here, you find that on this term to x there's 2, and on this term to y there's also 2. So you are going to factor out 2, which is common, and then in the brackets you remain with what is not common. So you say open brackets x minus y close brackets, and you say divided by, then also on this term you discover that you have 5 common on this term 5x, and 5 common on this term 5y. So 5 is common, you are going to write it, and then you remain with what is not common inside the brackets, which is x plus y. So you see we are introducing brackets whenever we factor out what is common, and that is how algebraic processes work. So we are going to say, okay, equals, what we are going to do here is to multiply the numerator on this fraction with the numerator on this fraction. So we'll multiply this numerator with this and with this. All right. So again, what you should understand is that whenever you are multiplying these variables with a number, the number must always come before the variables. So in writing, when we say x plus y times 2 times x minus y, we should start writing this one with 2, because we cannot completely multiply this. So we'll send 2 times this expression here. Now it will have brackets, because this is an entire alone expression, so it will be in brackets. Then this times, instead of writing it now, we are not going to indicate it, because by saying times now we are already eliminating this sign here. So we'll write this one in brackets, which will be x minus y close brackets. So notice that we haven't indicated this multiplication here or here. So in mathematics, whenever we have a number in front of something in brackets, it means between the number and what is in brackets here, there's a multiplication. Also, what you should know is that between what is in this bracket and what is in another brackets, in between here, there's also a multiplication sign that we don't indicate, but that we must know in mind that it exists. All right, so we are going to say divided by, then we are also going to say 3 times this expression times also 5 times this expression. So we are using this same multiplication here. So again, as usual, we will multiply first the numbers. So we'll say 3 times 5, which will be 15. Then we'll have this expression in brackets here and this expression in brackets there. As you can see also, the denominator here also consists of 15, open brackets, x minus y, which means that between this 15 and what is in the brackets here, there's a multiplication sign here. And also between this x minus y in brackets and this x plus y in brackets, in between here, there's the multiplication. And since now we know that there's multiplication throughout these terms, we are dividing. In mathematics, we are allowed to divide what is common on the denominator and the numerator. So as you can see, we have x minus y and also x minus y. So these can be divided out or can be cancelled out since they are common. And also we have x plus y and x plus y can cancel each other. And what now we remain with is 2, then we'll say over 5. So this one becomes our final answer after simplifying this algebraic fraction. So we have now simplified because this final answer is simpler than the initial expression. Right? So let's go to B. Okay, so yeah, so now in answering B, what we are going to do, we are going to say equals and then copy the same expression as it is, 6p power 3 over 7qr. Then in mathematics, whenever you are dividing, as you can see, we are dividing two fractions. So whenever you are dividing two fractions, make sure that division sign must be changed into multiplication. And once you do that, the next fraction here must be interchanged. What is the denominator must become the numerator, and what is on the numerator, it must become the denominator. So we are going to have 21 on top and the 12 at the bottom. So we'll have 21q power 2 over 12p. All right, so then we'll say equals. So when you have xp power 3, this one can be expanded. It means 6 times p times p times p. So here p power 3, it means p is being multiplied by itself how many times? 3 times. And 6 being closer to p, it means between 6 and p there's multiplication. We will say over, then this one also means between 7 and q there's multiplication, and between q and r there's also multiplication. So we'll have 7 times q times r. Then we'll bring this multiplication here, then we are going to say 21 also times q times q divided by, also we are going to say 12 times p. Then what we are now going to do is to multiply the numerator with the numerator on this other fraction. So what we are going to say, we are going to say this 6p times p times p times p times 21 times q, like that. Then divided by, then we'll say the same one times this. So the denominator times the denominator. So we'll say 7 times q times r times 12 times p. Then the next step we are going to do is to cancel out or to divide what is common. So we know that 6 into 6 can go in itself once, and it can also go in what is at the bottom twice, which is 12. Then we are going also to say this p in itself here, this p here can cancel with this other p at the bottom here. You see, we are always dividing what is on the numerator with what is on the denominator. So the next thing that we are going to do is to say we have 7 here into what? Into what is on the there. So 7 into 7, 1. 7 into 21, 3 times. Then what we have also is q. Q into q, this one, they will cancel each other. So what we are going to remain with now here is, we remain with 1 times p, which is still p times p, p to the power 2, times 3, 3p to power 2, times q. Now it will be 3p power 2 times q. So that will be our numerator. Then on our denominator we'll have 1 times r, which will be r, then r times 2, which will be 2r. So now we said we'll have this as our final answer, 3pq over 2r. So what I said was 1 times p times p to power 2, p to power 2 times 3, 3p power 2, 3 power 2 times q, 3 power 2 q. So this is 3p power 2 q over, then 1 times r times 2, 2r. This one as our answer. Okay, so now we are going to move to C. So this is our final answer. So this one has been simplified to this. So let's go to C. So in answering our C, so we'll say equals, so we'll copy this same expression here, x plus y over 2x minus y. Then this one is going also to be changed into multiplication, and whenever we do that, we are going to interchange. So this one becomes the numerator, this becomes the denominator. So we'll have 4x minus 2y over 2x plus 2y. So once we do that, what we are now going to do is to say equals, so we'll copy the same expression, x plus y over 2x minus y times, then what we are going to do is to factor out this expression here by looking at what is common on these two terms, 4x and 2y. So you realize that 2 can go in itself as well as in 4. So 2 is common here. So we'll say 2 must go there. So what we are going to say, 2 when factored out in 4 will remain with the 2x at this position, 2x. Then minus this minus. Then since 2 has been factored out, will remain with the y. So this which is remaining is always put in brackets. Then we'll say over. Then what we are going to do also, we can factor out this one also, because we know there's 2 here too, and we'll put 2 outside. And what is not common here will remain with x plus y, which is here. So what we are going to do now is to multiply this expression with this expression. So we'll say this expression times 2 times this. So and also this expression times this times that. So when we multiply, as I said, this expression times this, the 2 always will be written first. Then we'll have this expression times this expression here. Notice that we have put it in brackets because this came as an expression combined together. So we'll say divided by also this times this. So here we'll have 2 also will come first. Then we'll have this one in brackets, we'll have 2x minus y. Then also this x plus y. Then also, since we have multiplication throughout on the numerator and also the denominator, so in mathematics, we are allowed to cancel out what is common. So we'll say this and that, they are common, and then we'll say this and that, they are common, and also this and that, they are common. So since everything is cancelling out, this means the expression will become to 1 as our final answer. So guys, we have come to the end of this lesson. If you learned something, please consider giving this video a like and also let me know in the comment section. So guys, until I see you in the next video, bye, peace.